what do you think you would be working if you are not a painter?
How do you even know to ask these questions? I mean, oh my, one of the things I love to say, like, oh my God, you are awesome in this way. One of the things I love to tell people is that if I wasn't a painter, I would be a chef.
Nice.
You know what I'm making for dinner tonight?
What?
I'm making an endive microgreen salad with stone fruit, boursin foam, and a homemade raspberry vinaigrette done with garlic, dill, onion, giant bean, cassoulet. And for the main, I'm doing chicken legs and thighs and encrusted in a garlic and a Dijon sort of thing. So that's regular dinner.
What wine are you drinking?
Unfortunately not. No wine for me.
Oh, really? Oh, no. Well, it still sounds absolutely delicious, though. So, yeah, I can see that because, I've always thought that being chef is actually a very artistic profession that not many people give credit to for its artistry,
I absolutely... a chef, there, in my opinion, you've got cooks and you have chefs.
Yeah.
A cook is a guy who just cooks,
True,
right?
yeah.
He's got a list, he does, this is what I do, right?
Yeah.
A chef is a guy who tastes a thing and goes, I might go with this.
Yeah.
Another one of my guilty pleasures is that another thing I collect is Michelin stars.
Oh, nice.
I love finding Michelin restaurants. I love to see what the food, some of which is spectacular. My wife and I have different views on certain things, especially in those restaurants. And that is the snobbiest thing that I will say and do. Is I love going to eat in Michelin restaurants.
Yeah.
She really likes the places that serve a whole lot of little things.
Gotcha, yeah.
Where she gets to taste a little bit. Like we went to this one place, there was 17 courses, each of which was basically one bite, all of which were spectacular. And she's like, this is perfect. This is exactly what I want. I'm like, no, I want a plate of that one and an entire plate of that one. The way I see it is when you order a thing, I want to be able to experience all aspects of it, right?
Yeah.
And instead of hop, wow, okay, now what? What's next?
Yeah.
I want to, and this is something that I do when I travel and when I paint. I want to, when I'm in a place, in a space, wherever, I want to see it. I want to experience it. I want to get to know the people, get to know the place, find the restaurant that isn't full of tourists. Go find the hidden alcoves and the little coves and the thing that are around that people one of my favorite. I love this place in Turkey called Kuşadası. You know it.
Kuşadası. Now Turkey food for me is one of the best in the world. I literally had turkey food yesterday. It's my favorite thing. One of my favorite things, obviously.
Well, we had Thai yesterday, but one of my favorite places on the planet. A lot of people go, no, go Istanbul. Nah, I don't want to do Istanbul. You can have fun there a little bit. I like going to the Grand Market, and then there's a stupid thing I say, hey, Bob, I found a deal, and then everybody pulls out. Yes. No, Bob, come here. Bob. Right? Which is, I tell everyone to try this. But if you go to Kuşadası, two of my favorite things, well, three happen there. 4, 5. You go when you come in off the port. You there's that little market, it's like a mini bazaar, and everyone's doing the my friend, right? And I walk in, and this gentleman over here, I don't know what he was selling. He goes, "Oh, my friend, I got the best deals for you." So I say in French, "Désolé, je ne parle pas anglais. I don't speak English." Right? So he switches to French. He goes, "Mon ami, j'ai le meilleur marché." So I switch to English and I say, "I don't speak French either." He starts laughing. Goes, "Okay." He closes the store. We go drink. And so we went. Down around this corner was this little bar where I'm sitting with this guy and we're having, what were they called? Emphasis? Yeah, these beers, local.
Oh my God! It's on the tip of my tongue. Ethos.
Yeah, something like
something like that. Yeah.
And he's like, you have to try. And, nobody makes me laugh. You made me laugh. We became sort of friends. And from that moment, and we're sitting there, we're just drinking. And out of nowhere, from around the corner, comes these two people I met years ago somewhere else on the planet. And they're like, "Alex?" I'm like, "What? What are you even doing?" What are you doing? And so, it's an amazing place. Also, not too far, I found this fish restaurant that you have to, you go up this ramp and you go through another restaurant, and then you have to go from one balcony to the next on this little ramp that's between the building. And that's where you want to go eat fish. Amazing, amazing place. And if you want to, there's this little hookah place, which is literally down a few alleys. You go around back, and you get like the old grandma who's making the bread in the corner on the thing, and everyone's got it like with the apple, like the whole thing, and everyone's playing backgammon, and that's what I love. I love to go and experience a place to its like maximum. I mean, there's the ruins behind it and all that, but whatever,
Yeah.
The flavor, the feel of that place is what I aimed for. It's one of my favorite places.
I mean, you literally answered my next two questions at once. Because I wanted to ask you whether you enjoy local food when you go visit new places. And and my next question was like, which one of the places that you visited you really like, and what's a place that you want to go to as well? If you want to, double down on any of it.
See, that one's really, really difficult. I have been to Malta a few times.
Yeah.
I like Malta. I think the people in Malta are a little bit crazy.
They are.
But I love a lot of the history of Malta, like the idea that the ruling people in Malta, brilliant.
Yeah.
Malta was never really something to be conquered. It was kind of on the way from one side to the other. It wasn't really necessary, but it's there anyway. So, okay. And every time an invading force would come in, the Maltese people would say, "We give up. We belong to you now." And by the way, we need church, we need schools. And so the new invading place was like, okay, we got to make schools. They have like 3 or 4 different military forts from different nations. I loved it. There's one big church in Malta that literally has a rotating wall. One side is Muslim and one side is Christian.
Yeah. No, yeah.
It's awesome. I love it. They're like, "Oh, who's in charge now? Okay, no, now it's your turn. We need hospitals. We need roads." They got everything paid for by invaders and didn't lose a single thing. I love it.
Yeah.
So I love Malta. So many places on the planet which are spectacular to go to. Like I said, I love Turkey. I love Greece. A lot of Mediterranean. I'm partial to, but
have you been to? And I'm asking that because you mentioned Turkey and Greece. Have you been to Bulgaria?
No, actually, surprisingly, I've not been to Bulgaria, and I want to. There's still many places I do want to go.
I'll send you an email after the conversation. But yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, no, there's so many. I mean, it's a big planet. I haven't been absolutely everywhere. I've hardly been anywhere in Africa. I mean, I don't count Egypt or Morocco. That doesn't really count. going up all throughout the Mediterranean. I almost did the path. Then you go Eastern Europe. I've been to Russia. I've been Ukraine. I've done all these other places down all the Netherlands and all those guys. That's fine. Pretty much all of Europe, Belgium, Switzerland, all those. North America doesn't count because there's only 2 places.
Sure.
Well, 3.
Yeah.
And then you go down to South America. There's so many places I want to see. I want to go to Machu Picchu. I want. A couple of years ago, I went to Angkor Wat, which is spectacular, right? Cambodia. I love Thailand. Thailand is spectacular. There's so much Southeast Asia left, to see. I was supposed to go to Japan. I had this big, huge trip all planned out, but then somebody ate an undercooked bat.
Yeah.
I had to put that one on the back burner and replan the whole thing.
That's it for everyone, yeah.
There's so much more world to see, and I'm very excited to go and see it. Though I got to say, I hate the travel part.
Yeah, I know what you mean with that.
It's not me. The seats keep shrinking.
I've always found just the process of traveling for so annoying. Like, I like visiting new places, but the whole process of getting your baggage and preparing and, waiting on the airport for a couple of hours and whatever. It's just, I know what you mean.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy. Though I do have it down to a science, it still drives my wife crazy because I can pack literally in 5 minutes. Like the entire thing.
That's a talent.
I need that, bring this, bring that, I'm done. She literally lays everything out. She's like, well, I'm thinking of going with this and with that. I'm like, okay. I might need 2 bags. I'm like, okay. I've been doing this a long time. I know how to feed through the entire thing.
I can imagine that a part of being very quick, you are probably very place efficient as well.
Well, you learn throughout the year. It makes it slightly more endurable. Like I said, I hate the traveling part. I love the destinations. I love being able to finally get there. It's just, with the amount of flying I've done, another thing I love telling people is that you never want to see me on your airplane because we might not be going where it's supposed to. I've been rerouted so many. I still have like 3 sets of luggage that are wandering the world. I've gotten to go down the slide thing 3 times. It's crazy. Well, no ends of delays and whichever. I have angered the travel gods, and they love to mess with me. They're not trying to kill me. They're just trying to make my life a little more spicy. And, there's a song that says, 100 bad days makes 100 good stories, right? And I totally agree. And, my basic philosophies have gotten me into some trouble. I remember this one time I was coming from Copenhagen. And we went through Paris. Through Paris. For some reason, from Paris, we went to London, from London to New York, and there was delays and rerouting and all this. And by the time I got to New York, and I still had to get to California, which is another 6.5 hours away, from New York, I've already been I had the full day before Copenhagen, got to the planes, the whole thing. I had now been up for 28 or 30 hours, right? And my eyes are beet red and my hair is all messed up from various airplanes, and I got a crick in my neck and, just irritable and gross, and I probably smell like a sock. And, I get to, I think it was JFK. And I get there and they're like, oh, we're sorry. Your next flight, your connection has been moved to the other airport because there's 2 airports in New York. Right. So I'm like, okay, well, I get an hour and a half to make it. It's like half an hour to get to the other airport. So, okay, fine. I jump in a cab. I'm like, okay, there goes number 4 set of luggage. I don't care. I want to go home, right? So I get to the other airport and I go to the front. They're like, oh, sorry, it's been moved back to the first airport.
Oh, no. What?
Okay, all right. So I jump back in a cab. I get to the first one. And now I've got like 20 minutes to make my flight. Like I got 20. There's still this much chance I can make it if I can get through security fast enough, right? And I get to the front. And my boarding pass had the 4 little X's that says you get special treatment, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so they're like, no, you got to step to the side. And I start to laugh. The guy looks at me and goes, why are you laughing? He says, well, and I tell him the story. I've been up for like 30 plus hours. I've gone to here to there. I've been rerouted. We weren't supposed to stop in London. And we come over here. I got 2 hours. They sent me the one. They sent me back. And now you stop me. And, and I think that's funny. He's like, no one should think that's funny. You're going to the little room and I missed my flight, right?
Oh, no. What?
The way I see it, you have 2 choices in life. They thought I was stoned, right? You have 2 choices. You can laugh about it or you can cry about it. And I choose to laugh about it and it feels better. So
Absolutely.
big fan of the process of traveling, but I am a big fan of the destinations of traveling.
This is such a philosophical saying that the destination is the most important thing. So, well, not exactly, because you have to enjoy the process itself, but
I figured that the airfare is like stubbing your toe on the road. It sucks, but you're still moving forward.